This case and this story is important, and it's for a lot of reasons. It's about a whistleblower who spoke out. It's about how he was charged and why he was charged. It's about how the county attorney's office tried and failed to prosecute him, not once, but twice. And it's why prosecutors went after this case and not countless others.
The court at that time received.
This grainy video is court archive footage from the end of trial.
And the court is prepared to announce verdict.
The hearing was short, the judge wasting no time.
The court finds the defendant, Mark Hasz, on the charge of count 1, aggravated assault, not guilty.
It was only 3 minutes, right, from when he, says, okay, we're here back, I'm going to read this verdict, and then he's done, everybody gets dismissed. It's just 3 minutes, 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Did it feel quick or did it feel long?
It felt quick, because
Okay.
honestly, the minute he started talking, I could tell which way he was going to go.
You are free to go.
I was just overcome. I was emotional when I heard that. I got hugs from my family, and the biggest weight ever was lifted off of me at that moment after 4 years,
4 years for Mark Hasz. He's a former prison lieutenant, criminally charged after blowing the whistle.
I think they were given some sort of direction to get me at all costs.
On July 21st, 2020, inside Arizona's Lewis prison, Hasz and his supervisor went to talk to an inmate who allegedly threatened a nurse. The inmate, Martin Peralta. He's got convictions for armed robbery, twice, plus aggravated assault and car theft. He's also got prison discipline for fighting, assault, possessing a weapon, among others.
When we got to the cell front, his cellie, seen us coming, he starts flushing some contraband down the toilet. Peralta's on the top bunk. So the door opens, Peralta jumps off his bunk, approaches us with closed fists, chest out, trying to intimidate us to not come in and stop the flushing of the contraband. Once the toilet flushes, Peralta turns around and cuffs up.
Now this camera has no sound, but it shows Hasz lead Peralta away from his cell.
Yes, he's pulling and he's trying to stop the escort.
Okay.
And he's actually stepping on my feet and crossing over my legs.
Okay.
So at that point, my message to him was just calm down, dude, and us taking him to the wall is a form of de-escalation.
They're at the wall for 20 seconds. Hasz then claimed the inmate tried to pull out of his restraints. That's why he quickly took Peralta down. There are no punches, no kicks, no injuries. More staff then arrive and take over.
First person that shows up will remove you from that situation so you don't further escalate or, become...
It's like a new cooler head when you come in.
Exactly.
Yep.
So immediately got relieved.
Again, the incident happened on July 21st, 2020. The next day, records show the state told Hasz he was under criminal investigation. 2 months later, Hasz was criminally charged. Then came November 20th, a day when a lot happens, almost all at once. It began with Hasz getting called in to be officially fired by the state.
By the time I got home, I got an email from the prosecutor's office with discovery, 2 hours after being fired. So I was excited to see that video so I could show my wife and, my attorney, I'm innocent. Here's the video, prove it now. Before I even got through the video, I started getting phone calls from fellow staff members telling me I was on the news and the video was on the news, and that I just couldn't believe it.
That morning, state officials leaked the video to a local TV station. And no, it wasn't us.
Do you think that's just coincidence, or do you think that was, coordinated, planned?
Absolutely coordinated. The prosecutor's office and DOC were in cahoots.
In the months before this incident, both Hasz and his supervisor both separately blew the whistle.
And it's only a matter of time before these doors get kicked open by inmates and other inmates get hurt, assaulted, killed, or staff get hurt.
It was in November 2019 when his boss, former assistant warden Sean Holland, spoke to us about broken cell doors and then filed a whistleblower disclosure with the governor's office. Now, Holland wasn't criminally charged, but he was fired along with Hasz. And as for Hasz, in March 2020, he filed his own disclosure about how the prison director was putting staff at risk by refusing to let officers wear COVID masks inside the prison.
Their goal was reached, to intimidate all staff to do their job and just keep their mouths shut. And it's worked, absolutely.
See, back in 2019 and 2020, whistleblowers came to us a lot, exposing problems and leaking videos, proving the state completely lost control at the same prison where Hasz worked. It was chaos. Hundreds of cell doors could not lock. There were ambush assaults on staff, and at least one inmate was murdered. We also got footage showing maximum security inmates taking over their unit, constantly setting fires over and over and over again. The embarrassment from all that reporting was so great, the longtime prison director, quote, retired, and the department literally changed its name.
We've had enough of people, I guess, talking to ABC 15. We need to shut everybody up. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. Exactly what I'm saying.
Under the advice of his lawyer, Hasz had to stay quiet through 4 years and those 2 trials to get that one not guilty verdict.
The hardest part was just thinking about, what would my babies think if daddy was gone, you know what I mean?
How many kids do you have?
2.
Boys or girls?
2 little girls.
The first trial lasted 2 weeks, ending in October 2023. There was a hung jury, a 6-2 vote in favor of acquittal. After that, the county attorney's office didn't want a jury anymore. They wanted a bench trial. That's where the judge decides. And we got video from that second trial, showing MCAO give its closing argument.
Being taken down to the ground, that is the criminal act. That is where there's an intent to insult, provoke. Maybe not necessarily injure. Taking someone down by surprise certainly is going to subject them to some sort of insult or injury, not in the physical sense, but injury in the sense of like ego.
A quote, injury to the inmate's ego.
Victim inmate testified that he did feel a little bit of belittling, demeaning.
Now, Hasz's prosecution began under County Attorney Alistair Adele, but it continued under Rachel Mitchell, and she's currently campaigning on a pro-law enforcement platform.
What do you think about that she's holding up all these endorsements, that I'm, the law enforcement candidate, but yet she's pursuing aggressively this prosecution against you?
I think it's nonsense. I think she'll do whatever she needs to do to appease someone who's telling her what to do.
You are free to go.
I'm investigator Dave Biscobing, ABC 15, Arizona.